Welcome back to another Whiteboard YouTube lesson. Today, if you've got 10 plus pounds to lose and you actually want to keep it off, which is the kicker, you're going to want to keep watching this video. We're going to detail fat loss strategies that you want to leave behind in 2023 and why you want to leave them behind.
First and foremost here, as Audrey is writing that up on the board, we want to leave behind 1,200 calorie diets. We don't know what it is, but there is this huge stigma for anybody that wants to lose body fat, especially amongst women, that we want to just pull food way low. Usually 1,200 calories is a big buzz calorie marker. So we don't want to just slash calories immediately, because what that brings up is potential downregulated metabolisms, unbalanced hormones, gut health issues, low energy, low libido, a lot of symptoms right off the bat. So we want to go into moderate calorie deficits based off our maintenance calories and not go to these crazy extremes right off the bat.
The second piece here is cardio. So now you're probably thinking, well, if I want to lose body fat, shouldn't I be doing a lot of cardio? Cardio is simply a tool to lose body fat, but it is actually not required. And in fact, if you're somebody who is spending more time doing cardio than you are lifting weights, you're making a big mistake. There has been a recent study that showed, is resistance training better for fat loss? Is cardio better for fat loss? Or is a mix of both? And it turns out that actually just resistance training has been shown to be the most beneficial if you want to lose body fat. And that's because when we lift weights, we are increasing our basal metabolic rate, making it easier to keep the weight off.
Number 3, we have strict challenges or 30-day challenges, 75 challenges. For example, I'm gonna use 75 hard. So maybe some of you have done 75 hard, you're like, why is that a bad thing? And the reason why it's not the best is because it's not sustainable. I think in 75 hard, don't quote me on this, but you have to work out 2 times a day, every single day for 75 days. Is that gonna be realistic for you to do for 365 days out of the year? Probably not. So we want to do things that are ultimately going to be sustainable and strict challenges that are going to be like a 30-day belly burner or a 75 hard. Sure, there might be things to test your determination, but ultimately in the end, it's not going to be a solution that you're going to do for multiple years or decades. So we don't want to try to cling onto these and think these are going to be our saving grace, but rather look at the bigger picture and what you can realistically stick to.
And this fourth piece is going to be excessive exercise. Now you might be asking, what is excessive exercise? Am I exercising too much? If you are exercising 6 to 7 times a week and you are not giving yourself adequate rest, you're hindering your ability to build muscle, and in turn, you're also going to delay recovery, and you're going to make it a lot harder. And setting the expectation that you're going to work out 6 to 7 times a week or even doing 2 a day is just not realistic to keep up with long term.
Number 5, this one is probably the biggest and most relevant for all people, and especially those that are just getting started on their fat loss journey, is the all or nothing mindset, okay? So there's a terminology that we try to tell anyone that's in our audience, especially amongst our clients, is that we want to shoot for average. However, when we look at school, average was like a C, you were getting a 75 and you're like, that's not good enough. But when we look at the grand scheme of things and we're shooting for like a 75 to an 80, when it comes to our fitness adherence, it leaves some room for error and some failure. Because if we have this mindset, we know 1 or 2 days, it's gonna completely derail us. And we want to avoid that. The best way to avoid that is we come at it with an average perspective. I wanna get this right 4 out of 5 times instead of 5 out of 5. And it's gonna be much easier for you to roll with the punches and not get beaten down when you have 1 or 2 mistakes.
Because remember, it's better to be 80% 100% of the time than it is to be 100% just 50% of the time. And this last one is removing your favorite foods, whether that is anything with sugar in it, carbs, or just your favorite treat. You do not have to remove specific foods in order to lose body fat. While you should follow the 85-90% whole food rule, with the rest of it being more processed fun foods, it is totally okay if you have an Oreo or if you have a cookie from time to time. The problem is when we completely remove it and then we're exposed to it and we're put around it, and now we are missing that lack of control around it and we go crazy, right? That creates a really poor relationship with food. And again, ask yourself, if I completely remove my favorite foods or sugar or carbs, is it something that I can keep up with long term?
So thank you guys so much for tuning to this Whiteboard episode. If you enjoyed it, drop us a like, drop us a comment down below. And also if there's anything else you would like us to take a deeper dive into, whether it's more of a broad topic or if you have more of a specific topic around hormones, metabolism, fat loss, or any other advanced strategies, we would love to dive into those for you, but let us know what they're down below and that could be our next video. And if you like this, feel free to share it around as well. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye guys.
Peace.